thought I heard someone come in. Yeah, not a problem. I worked the last shift, so I'm here all night. I was surprised to see any adventurers out in this rain. Not often we see a lot of customers this time of night, and especially with this type of weather. You must be desperate for supplies. So, what can I help you with? Gearing up, huh? Alright. What do you need? We've got everything. This is one of the best Poké Marts in the region. Yeah, no doubt about it. Really? Route 55? That's a tough route. You, sure you can handle it? Sure you've got what it takes? I only kid. I'm sure you're quite adept at that sort of thing. So I take it, Pokemon trainer? Yeah. I gotta admit, I saw the Pokeballs on your belt, so I see you have 3 there. What do you got? Duskull? Not bad. What else? Shelter? Really? Did you catch that yourself, or? It was a gift. Well, I saw the fishing rod there. Thought maybe you were able to snag one yourself, but hey, no shame in getting one for free, right? And you've got your starter there. Nice. And not a bad start. You're going to need to be pretty prepared for Route 55, that is, though. Yeah, I'm assuming you are looking to catch Pokemon there. It's common for Pokemon trainers to head that way soon after capturing a couple Pokemon. It's thriving with many species, which obviously I'm sure you know. So, what can I get you? You're going to need quite a bit of supplies to handle that route and make it back with Pokemon who are still relatively healthy. A couple Pokeballs, I assume. Really? Okay. So, you need some different capturing apparatuses. I've got just what you need, trust me. You need some status conditions and some HP restorative property items. Yeah, I think we can handle that. So, I'm assuming you've got the money. Perfect, yeah. I don't want to take you through all of our supplies just for you to turn up with empty pockets. It's not a charity here, but I think we can still help you out. Sound good? Perfect. So, let's get started with the most important thing on your journey, your ability to capture a weakened Pokemon. Alright? We've got the entire genre of Pokeballs. We have your original standard Pokeballs. These go for, you know what, I can let them go for 200. These are going to capture just about everything you need. Let me just let you get one up close and personal here. These are going to allow you to capture just about any Pokemon. Now, you start getting into some high-level Pokemon, especially if you get into some of those caves off the beaten path of Route 55, or if you happen to encounter a legendary Pokemon. This might be just a bit underwhelming for that type of encounter, but anything else, I think this would be perfect. They're relatively cheap. You can toss them without, going through your entire budget and capture most Pokemon in your path. So if you are looking for a bulk purchase or just a lot of quantity with the money that you have today, maybe just a good handful of Pokeballs. Now, if that Duskull right there of yours is pretty solid level, I think these would be great because you can probably weaken that enemy Pokemon to the extent that your Pokeball is going to be pretty successful. But if you have some lower level Pokemon, like I'm not sure what your Shellder is leveled there, you may want to go with something a little bit more substantial. But 200 here for the Pokeballs. I think you can't really go wrong with your standards. Next up we have, for just a bit more expense, the Great Balls. These Great Balls are, well, they're great. Now, never mind the rumors that they actually aren't any better than the original Pokemon or Pokeball, so that's complete nonsense. No matter if it's been field tested, that peer-reviewed study was complete garbage. Don't worry about that. These are absolutely the best when it comes to elevated catch rate, and just for a slight bit more money at 600, they are really going to help you capture those much stronger Pokemon that usually would be a little bit out of your league with, 3 under-evolved Pokemon. I think that even if your Shelder or Duskull or your starter there is a bit weaker, you might still be able to get by with a little bit of weakening of that enemy Pokemon, and then a nice toss of your Great Ball here and a perfect capture. So once again, 600 for these here. And if you really need to pack a punch, we have the Ultra Balls. Now, these have just a bit heftier price tag. Don't worry about that. They are going to get the absolute best out of your Pokemon and your Pokemon capturing experience. So, if there are any high-level Pokemon there on Route 55 that you think might be something that you're interested in capturing, the Ultra Ball here is the absolute suggestion. So these beauties here, now please keep in mind they are a bit more expensive, but at a fraction of the stress level that you're going to have, no doubt, by tossing countless Pokeballs and spending more money just to miss the same Pokemon with your Great Ball. This Ultra Ball is going to absolutely melt all of that away, and you are simply going to be able to weaken just ever so slightly and toss your Ultra Ball, capture your favorite Pokemon over and over and over with no real need to worry about a miss. I've heard from customers here that they virtually never do miss. So if you do indeed purchase an Ultra Ball, which would be an ultra smart decision, I think that you will see that there is no other real option for the serious Pokemon trainer. So if you are indeed going out on Route 55, I would suggest perhaps going the extra mile and purchasing several, if not many, of these Ultra Balls. They are completely worth it. The price, no, they do go for 1,200, but that is why toss 2 Great Balls when you can toss 1 Ultra Ball, of course. It's just more wear and tear on your Pokemon to battle and weaken the opponent more and more and more, when you could just roll up, toss carelessly a Ultra Ball, and capture what you want. So, what I like to say is, why make things needlessly more difficult? So, if you do happen to purchase one of our Ultra Balls here, I'll tell you what. What I'll do just for you is, if you purchase at least one of our Ultra Balls, I think just because you came in so late and there's no other customers here, I think, and I'm going to get in trouble for doing this. I really shouldn't. I probably should get approval, but you know what? You look like somebody who, could use a break. So if you purchase at least one of our Ultra Balls here, and at least 2 other Pokeballs or Great Ball, any combination will do, I'll throw in a Premier Ball for free. And we never do this. So, yeah, you heard me right. A Premier Ball. Yeah, the premier Pokeball experience for free. Yeah. Imagine how much they cost usually. Yeah, I won't even get into that. But you purchase one of these, and you've got yourself one for free. And please don't tell anybody about this. I could lose my job for giving such a deal. Sound good? All right, perfect. And how many? one Ultra Ball. Coming right up. You, my friend, are not going to regret this. I will just set this out here to the side for you. And perfect. 2 Pokeballs. Any great balls. 600 apiece, not bad. 2 Pokeballs, that is. Not a problem. Let me grab them out of stock here. Perfect. And here they are, your brand new and ready to house your favorite Pokemon Pokeballs. I'll set them just to the side here. Yes, and just the perfect reward for such a very intelligent decision. This is a Premier Ball made especially for those trainers who have class and know the difference between the run-of-the-mill items that trainers use on their journey and the quality experience that is come to be expected from our Poké Mart here. Please do enjoy. Once again, I'll set this with your other items. Alright, so now, what else can we help you with today? If you are going out on your adventure here, I know R&R City can be quite a blast, but sometimes, you know, as I'm sure you've clearly decided, one must set out on their own at times and expand their horizons beyond the wonderful bounds of our city. So, heading out on the countless routes and overnight stays on the plains or deep forest, tall mountain peaks, lonely valleys, you must be very prepared when it comes to possibly not being close to a Pokemon Center. One does not want to get caught without the proper means to heal their Pokemon. So, what I would suggest is any combination of our wonderfully designed potions. We have 3 varieties here, just as we did with our Pokeballs, with the Pokeball, Great Ball, and Ultra Ball. We have 3 ascending in quality types of potions. We have the traditional potion. This goes for just a measly 300, and this potion will do the absolute trick for healing and revitalizing your Pokemon after any type of battle. It will unfortunately not heal any status condition, but I have quite the wares to treat any of those specific conditions, but you will need to purchase the specific condition remedy that you are looking for. So these potions are simply to heal from the wares of battle that your Pokemon might experience along the way. As you can hear, there are countless types of healing effects here in that liquid inside that potion. It is perfectly filled with everything that you are going to need to keep your Pokemon in tip-top fighting shape. Would you like a sample? Sure, just bring your Duskull here forward, and it looks like it hasn't seen too much battle, but there's no wrong time to have just a simple spritz of a potion for your Pokemon. Of course, just have it rise here and enjoy. And how does that feel, Duskull? I knew you'd enjoy. Now, these potions are, of course, not going to heal every bit of damage, but I do have just the thing for that. But if you are looking for a quick spritz and a nice feeling from your Pokemon, these potions are quite handy. So, we do have our traditional potion here, and if you are finding yourself consistently in the need for a bit more healing, perhaps you get into high-level Pokemon battles frequently, or perhaps maybe you just need to brush up on your training skills just ever so slightly, and your Pokemon tend to take consistently high damage, maybe skipping the lower healing effect of the traditional potion and springing for the super potion might be the proper choice. As you can see with this wonderful rare orange bottle here, we have with a bit of a slightly higher price tag at 700. These super potions can heal quite a bit more HP than your traditional potion. So once again, if you have Pokemon that are in desperate need of healing and you don't find yourself nearby a Pokemon Center, this super potion will absolutely have your Pokemon to tip-top fighting shape in absolutely no time. And oftentimes you can skip going to that Pokemon Center altogether. So if you find yourself in the Safari Zone or on a long route, deep cave or anything like that, perhaps a few effectively placed super potions can keep you in battle much longer and get you through that tricky situation without needing to backtrack back to that pesky Pokemon Center. Would you like your shelter to have a sample here? Not a problem. Yes, bring it forward here and enjoy. Perfect. One yet. Yeah, one more. How was that? Excellent. So 700 and you will have yourself a deal on some perfect super potions. If, of course, you are going to be, I don't know, doing something like challenging the Pokemon League at some point, you are going to need to be well versed in the use of high level battle items, and you should be very experienced with using things like hyper potions or carbos protein, any of those. So if your long-term goal is to become league champion maybe, or be the greatest Pokemon trainer in the world or anything like that, why limit yourself to such lowly aspirations as a regular potion, a regular Pokeball, or super potion even? If you are going to end up in the end using hyper potions anyway, why not get a head start and practice using them now? The hyper potion here is the best potion on the market and the best potion that we have to offer. The best trainers that we have had come through this region, I don't know, have you ever heard of Cynthia, perhaps from the Sinnoh region? Rumor has it that Cynthia uses nothing but hyper potions. So if you want to be a trainer like the famous Cynthia, perhaps hyper potions are what you should exclusively use as well. I think that if one wants to remain on the battlefield as long as possible, or get through that pesky cave without ever returning back to a Pokemon Center, the hyper potion is the only item that you are going to want to go with. This beautiful little miracle worker will take your Pokemon from the lowliest of 1 HP all the way back to full health. So that means you are victorious much more frequently without the need for retreat. Does that make sense? Now, of course, I must warn you that the price tag for excellence such as that is, of course, quite hefty. It is 1,200. So similar to the Great Ball, it does reflect the quality of the item. So, but of course, if the amount of times that your Pokemon wins a battle is worth 1,200 to you, then I think it's a price that's worth paying. But of course, you want to go with a decision that is going to reflect the type of journey that you want to go on. So if the type of journey that you would like to take is one of success and win after win after win, then I think the hyper potion might be your best option. But of course you could go for the super or traditional potion as well. Please don't feel the need to be pressured by any of the suggestions I'm making. It is my job to try to sell the best items that we have, so it's simply just my willingness to allow you the opportunity to succeed at the highest level. It's not that, you know, you're wrong for choosing another way or another item. But if it was me, I would spend a little bit more for a little higher quality. Why use many potions when you could use a few hyper potions, that is, and keep your Pokemon in fighting form longer? So, do you know if potions are something that you're going to need today, or do you need just a bit more time to think it over? Just a bit more time, not a problem, don't worry about that. But as I did say earlier, these will heal hit points, of course, but not status conditions. And I'm sure if you've been through any forest or through some area with Pokemon who apply status conditions, you have noticed how pesky those can be and how disruptive to your journey they can be. Any paralysis can leave you stranded for days, or poison can put you in a very tricky, peculiar situation where, you know, you're rushing back to a Pokemon Center before your Pokemon succumbs to the unfortunate effects of such a condition. So I must suggest that if there is one status condition remedy that you're going to buy here today, it would be the antidote. This antidote will, of course, applied via dropper, be exactly what you need to cure your Pokemon from any poison. Any trainer who has had a Pokemon affected by poison knows the awful feeling that you have when there's simply nothing you can do to help your Pokemon feel better or recover quicker. So having a few antidotes on your person is the exact kind of move that a responsible trainer does take in order to ensure the safety of their Pokemon. As you can hear, you do get quite the amount for your price that you are paying, as you can hear here. Yes, it is quite full. We do want to offer the absolute efficient amount of antidote to each customer who purchases here from our Poké Mart. But nonetheless, this is the absolute most useful item you can purchase here that is not a Pokemon capturing device or a healing device. This is a status must, so I must implore you, please don't leave here without at least one antidote. That is, can I put you down for at least one? Perfect. You are a responsible trainer, of course, and are very fit for your journey ahead. I'll set this right here beside your Ultra Ball. Now I'll quickly take you through the rest of my wares and show you what other options I have for your success. If perhaps you find yourself put to sleep by an opponent's Pokemon, perhaps the Sing of a Jigglypuff or the Hypnosis of a Haunter, nonetheless, any sleep status that is, will be properly put to rest by our patented awakening. These awakenings are perfectly blended and designed to allow your Pokemon a swift wake from slumber and a protection from pesky sleep moves such as Dream Eater or anything like that. So if you are in a situation where hypnosis is a threat or the risk of sleep paralysis is at hand, you would be very advised to have at least one awakening on hand. It can be really useful when you're in those tricky battles that you didn't expect to be put to sleep in. Even a wild Pokemon can really be disruptive if sleep occurs, especially a new trainer such as yourself. Please don't take offense to that, but if you have lower level Pokemon, a couple moves being missed due to sleep is really a problem at times. So a awakening might be a great choice. Can I at least let you think about it just for just a bit? Perfect. I'll place that right here. Now, the next thing I have is the ever useful burn heal. As you can see, this, you don't need too much, just a simple spritz, and your Pokemon's pesky burn will be alleviated. There's nothing that makes a Nidoran more ornery than having that terrible burn from a Ponyta, Charmander, Chimchar, anything like that. Having a couple burn heals on hand can really keep your Pokemon from struggling with that terrible affliction, and can keep you in the good graces of your Pokemon partners for as long as it takes for you to make the proper evolutions. This perfect blend of soothing aloe and other hidden ingredients that we do keep to ourselves for competitive purposes, these are blended perfectly to allow proper and immediate soothing to those burns. So if you encounter burning periodically, I do suggest having a couple burn heals on hand. And last but not least, if perhaps you are in a scenario where you are encountering a very irritating amount of Pokemon, there is nothing like a good repel. Now, I will not uncap this here. The smell is rather off-putting, but it does indeed repel Pokemon. But I do need to warn you, especially if you're going on Route 55 for long, staying overnight especially. This, while it does repel low-level Pokemon, it can still allow higher level Pokemon and sometimes more dangerous Pokemon to sneak through. They seem to not be as affected by the odor of our repel here. But if simply perhaps you are going through a cave with just an ever increasing number of Zubat, a repel here and there can keep you from consistently battling the same Pokemon over and over. Or perhaps if you are surfing, just a few spritzes here on the body or on your surfing Pokemon, you can keep away those pesky Tentacool from consistently bombarding you on your journey. Maybe you are traveling across a grassy plain and would like to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. A couple spritzes here and there, perhaps into the air, onto the wind patterns. These can help alleviate those pesky Pokemon from appearing over and over. But if you are, so you are looking to encounter as many Pokemon on Route 55 as possible, looking to capture your next partner. So, repel might not be your best bet unless a over-leveled Pokemon is something that you are looking to. Oh, definitely not. Alright, perfect. So, maybe put repel on the back burner from now, and just come back when you are going through an area that you don't wish to encounter Pokemon on. How does that sound? Perfect. Okay, so those are all of the items that I have here in stock. We have some special order items if you perhaps need. We do have, of course, different spools of escape rope. I can get you a full spool of this if it's something that you think you would need. Of course, just a sample. No, not right now. Not a problem. Those are really just useful if perhaps you're in a cave or somewhere where getting lost is a legitimate possibility. But we have other special order items, TMs, anything like that. Of course, those battle items like X Attack, Carbos, Protein, any of those things. Is there anything like that you need to place an order for now? Not now. Alright, that's perfect. So, let's see what we have here. Is there anything else that I have shown you that you think you need to take with you today? Alright, perfect. Alright, just one potion coming right up, and one hyper potion. That is really excellent. So both of those here will serve you perfectly. I'll set those off to the side here. And anything else? Not right now. That's not a problem. We're just here to help you with what you need and get you on your way as fast as possible. So, is there anything else I can do for you before I get everything bagged up? Alright, that sounds good. Okay, so I'll go get your bag here. Just give me one moment. We have a nice little to-go bag here, and we will get everything individually wrapped. So first up, we have your Ultra Ball. We will get everything nice and protected. Perfect, and we will get that nice and placed in your bag there. That is just how we need it. We will get both of your Pokeballs packaged nicely together. And next up, your Premier Ball. And just enough room for your antidote, your potion, and hyper potion. Alright, that should be all you need for a very successful trip on Route 55. I thank you so much for coming in today, and please don't hesitate to return if there is any refill you need on anything, or if you've used up all of your Pokeballs or your Ultra Ball on wonderful Pokemon and need to capture some more. I'll have much more in stock, and I'll be waiting for you. Thank you once again, and please do stay dry out there. It is supposed to be quite the intense storm, so please be careful. Take care, and have a great night.